According to the National Institute of Child Health and Human Development, in 2010, around 34 million people globally had HIV.
LUTV's Brittany Velasco joins us live in the studio with a story on one St. Louis man's life with the disease.
He wasn't supposed to live past the age of 6. Today, he is 23 years old and healthy. St. Louis native Brryan Jackson was in the hospital for asthma attacks when the unthinkable happened. His father, a blood transfusion specialist, injected Jackson with the HIV-positive blood to avoid paying child support. Jackson was only 11 months old at the time. His life had many obstacles, but today he's found peace.
He has not tried to contact me, nor has his family tried to contact me, and I'm completely okay with that.
When Brryan Jackson was 5 years old, he became very sick. The doctors tested him for every disease, rare and common, but they could not figure out what was wrong. Brryan's mother, Jennifer Jackson, thought it could be AIDS. His father spoke to others about not having to pay child support and being able to kill his son without anyone expecting it was him. The doctors called Jennifer one evening and tested Brryan for AIDS. The test came back positive.
When you know that at that point in time, when you hear the word AIDS, people died.
The story made national news, but it took years before the family decided to show their faces. During that time, Brryan was bullied for having AIDS. Parents were scared to let their children be around him. At that time, Brryan was far from forgiving his father, and he changed the spelling of his name to separate himself from him.
It made me feel very angry, especially because I was being discriminated against. I was left out of social events. I wasn't, having a normal childhood.
Brryan's mother dealt with depression because she was a single mother caring for not only Brryan, but his siblings too.
I was needing to prepare myself for the fact that my son was going to die.
The disease affected the entire family. His siblings were also bullied by their peers and their parents.
His parents figured out that my older brother had HIV and AIDS, so they stopped letting me out their kid.
Both Brryan and his mother share the same message of hope that helped them get through the rough patches.
No matter where you are in life, no matter where your walk has been, that there is always hope.
I'm a true believer that suffering produces perseverance, and perseverance produces character, and character produces hope, and hope does not fail.
When he was a little boy, Brryan took 20 pills a day, 2 injections, and more. Some of the medicine left him partially hard of hearing in both ears. Now he's on 1 pill a day, and doctors can no longer detect the disease in his bloodstream. His father was charged with life in prison with the possibility of parole. Monday, I'll tell you more about Brryan's path to forgiveness and how he's teaching others. For LUTV News, I'm Brittany Velasco.